Hey guys. All right, last video for Weber. So remember, Weber doesn't believe in society particularly. He believes in social interaction, and he believes that studying social interaction is just a means to an end of developing some concepts for sociology, or I'm sorry, for history. So I'm going to say that Weber is still one of the three most important sociologists to ever live. We are definitely going to take some things away from him about society, even though he didn't really believe in it. So first of all, we get some methodological stuff from him. So this idea of ideal types and the idea of Verstehen in particular are going to be important things that we're going to take away. Also, his idea of the other methodological element as well, the idea of complex causality. Uh, the reality is, even if we do believe in a thing called society, which I personally do, uh, the I think he's right to say not that there aren't laws. I think laws does, at least to me, it does make some sense. But the idea of the incredible complexity of it, I think is worth holding on to. The other thing I want us to look at are these three particular takeaways. So the the term meaning, we got that from Verstehen. This becomes a critically important idea in sociology. I alluded, I believe, in the past to the idea that that the theoretical school of symbolic interactionism, which is basically all about individual actors who are producing meaning and then acting based on that meaning, is one of the main, most important theoretical schools within sociology. So this idea that human beings are, maybe they are creative, maybe not. Maybe they are passionate, but, also maybe not. But certainly, all of us act based on our understandings of things. That insight of his, that we act based on our understanding of things, and what will come to be, as we will come to see this later on in the semester, that there is a thing called the symbolic universe. This sort of idea that everything holds a particular meaning within a society is just a critically foundational element of sociology. Uh, the idea that society involves not just structures but processes is a really important idea as well. Rationalization. Leave rationalization up here. Generally speaking, I'm trying to be a little bit more general than that in these kind of concluding videos. But rationalization is so important that it maybe deserves to just be appreciated on its own, even though it is one particular example of a process. Weber makes a pretty compelling argument that rationalization is, you know, maybe as foundational of an idea for at least modern societies as Durkheim's idea of the collective consciousness. Um, I mean, rationalization is really pervasive within our social structures as well as within our day-to-day lives. So his centralizing of that concept of rationalization is, I think, worth us appreciating. And then finally, and I made the argument that this is a sign of hope, but he makes the argument that ideas can be causal agents, and I talked about that with regard to the Protestant ethic and the spirit of capitalism. It's not just that we do things and then ideas come out of them as the result. We also have ideas that then change the world, and not always for the better. I mean, white supremacy has been a huge idea in our society for hundreds of years, and it's obviously made things a lot worse for a lot of people. I guess it's worth considering that none of these things are necessarily positives. But they are all things that we can say, yeah, so this invisible thing, yeah, it is, one element of it is meaning. Another element of it is that either it is composed of processes or it changes. The idea that society is a thing might not be the right way of thinking about it. We might want to think of it as a thing that is evolving and growing according to these processes. And the idea that ideas are part of society, and the well, rationalization, the obsession with efficiency, is based on an idea, and we see it changing society. All right, that is it. Short conclusion: those three, Marx, Durkheim, Weber, are the big three. It is absolutely important for you to get. I mean, obviously, everything I'm going to try to say on here is going to be worth knowing, but those three are the foundation of the entire discipline. So if you've got those three and you've gotten everything I've talked about, you're well on your way to being a very knowledgeable sociologist. All right, we will come back next time. We will be dealing with other important figures, but nobody quite as big as the big three. I'll see you then.